All set.
Well, welcome again to Channel 18, and today our guests are members of the Mariners. And to my far right is Ben Layton. He is the general manager of the Mariners. He's also the associate manager of the ECAC, the Eastern College Athletic Association. It's a pretty big organization. And to my immediate right is Steve Englert. He is the coach of the Harwich Mariners, and he must be, what, your 6th or 7th year by now?
17th.
17th year, there you go. And he's had a great record. He's won a couple of championships, and he's been in the playoffs, and he's got another team this year, and he's going to tell us all about it. But first, we're going to start with Ben and get his story first. So what is the general manager's point of view of this team, Ben?
Well, the general manager essentially is the guy behind the scenes. I take care of a lot of the paperwork for the league, making sure that we're in compliance. We're doing all the crossing of the T's and dotting of the I's. I help coach in making sure that if there's young men that are coming into town, we know when, where, and how they're getting here for the housing and all the kind of elements to make sure that these guys are comfortable so that when they get here they can really kind of focus on the baseball aspect of things, and we kind of handle the little details of everything.
Now, do you have a home for everybody?
We do, but you know, we're always looking for additional housing. We have several new housing people this year. So it's fun because they're excited. It's the first time that they've let one of our players into their homes, and then we have many returners. That some of the people that have been housing for us have been housing for 20 plus years, and so they get excited this time of year because the boys are back.
That's
and
right.
It's you know, baseball season.
There you go. And baseball season brings us to Steve, and so tell us a little bit about your team.
Well, we have a few returning starters.
Good.
Ian Happ, Cincinnati outfielder, infielder. He's a dual guy. You can play. You can put him anywhere. Actually, he's a pretty good athletic kid, and he was an all-star last year, so he'll be hitting in the middle of our lineup. Jake Drosner just finished up the Super Regionals, a left-handed pitcher from Maryland.
Okay.
And then, unfortunately, but fortunate for him, C.J. Hinojosa is in the World Series, so we won't see him for a couple of weeks. But you know, we've been practicing for about 4 or 5 days now, and I think this chemistry is starting to develop, which is I'm a huge fan of.
Okay.
And I think there's some characters on the team, and you know, we open up tonight.
Yes.
And local
Ben
product,
and I were talking about that.
James Mulry from Northeastern will be getting the start tonight on the bump. And he's a Boston kid, and,
yes.
and you know, he grew up in this league coming down. Actually, his dad played in the league.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a high school teammate of mine, and so I'm sure we'll have a big contingent tonight, and hopefully most of the Harwich people will come out and cheer us on.
Well, very good. Now, you got some heavy hitters in that lineup, or?
Yeah, there are a few bangers in the middle of the lineup. Unfortunately, a couple of them aren't here from the University of Virginia, but you know, I focus more on team speed, and because speed never slumps,
Right.
and it always defends, and I think it brings a little bit excitement to the game. But there's a few guys in the middle of the lineup that I think that you know, have some power. Ian Happ being one of those kids, and at this time of year, it's hard to figure out what your lineup's going to be on a daily basis. So what you try to do is you know, put guys in certain positions in the lineup and in the field, and after about, you know, 2 weeks, everything works itself out, and guys seem to settle in, and they figure out their roles, and we figure out their roles, and we try to put them in the best position for them to succeed and to showcase their talents. So when they do come up, it's their time for the draft next June. You know, they'll be in a pretty good spot, and I think we did that pretty much last year. If you followed the draft, we had, how many guys did we have drafted? Like 24, 25,
Yeah.
and I think we had 15 go in the first 10 rounds.
Really?
Yeah, so there's a couple of future major leaguers in there, I believe.
Well, that's great. Now, let's see, what can I ask next? Now, are any of these kids coming from the World Series, the College World Series?
We have actually just 3 guys, which is, you know, usually that's about right, 3 to 5 guys, but we have temporary players that come in and fill in until they do arrive. But you know, the guys that we have in right now that we're currently on our roster, I'm excited to get the season rolling here, and I think that we're going to be a competitive team. We'll have an exciting team.
Good.
So make sure you come out to the park and don't miss it.
That's the big thing. Come out to the parks, don't miss it.
That's right.
Now, you have some temporary players in the beginning, do you?
Yes, every team goes through it. They
Yeah.
have, you know, Team USA kids trying out, and you know, you have your postseason kids that won't be here. So you have to have kids to fill in for them. So we have, I think, 8 or 9 kids. But
Wow,
see,
that's
well,
a lot, isn't it?
well, it's usually typical.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you know, kids finish up regional, they have to go home and they have finish up schoolwork or what have you. For some odd reason, they can't get up here right away for the beginning of the season. So you have, you know, temporary players, and you try to get local kids to give them a little exposure and a little bit of taste of the league. You know, let them play in a couple of games, and although you can't keep them the entire summer because you're limited with your roster
Yes.
spots. So you know, these kids get to experience a little bit of the Cape League, and then you know, unfortunately, a lot of times it's a numbers situation, and you have to release them.
That's right. Now, what about the end of the year? How can you keep your best players for the championship series?
Well, I think it's just all about, you know, having them. If you can get through to them that this is a tremendous opportunity for them to increase their value in the draft. And you know, we're big commitment people. You know, Ben and his wife Elizabeth, Mary Henderson, Peg Rose, Jim McGonigal, Bill Marcotte's out there fundraising for us. And you know, I explain it to these kids that the people in this town, they open up their homes to them, and it's all volunteer work. And we couldn't put this league on without the help of those people. And you know, and they're excited to watch you play. And you know, you should give back to them,
Right.
and honor your commitment. And for the most part, and over the years, we've had those kids that, you know, are appreciative of that. And if the sooner you can get that across to these kids, you know, they'll finish up the season strong. And we really haven't had a problem in the past with you know, kids leaving early or anything like that. I mean, I know it's a grinder season, but
Yes. Yeah.
you know, I think that if you recruit the right type of player, the right type of makeup and character, I think then you won't have an issue with that.
Well, that's great. You seem to have everything in line as usual.
Right. We did change our Saturday games
Oh,
to
really?
to 5:30.
Now, when were they were at night?
They were at 7. So now Saturdays and Sundays are 5:30 games. So Saturday's a great family day.
Yes.
You know, you can go to the beach and then come up to the game, 5:30 start, and have your supper with your kids, your parents, whatever. So.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
5:30 Saturday and Sunday.
Yes, yes.
Now, was that to save money and?
No, it's just I think to
everything,
you know
or
just you know, to get the kids in and provide the kids, you know, have an outlet to where they can go out and watch a ball game and have dinner.
Right.
So many families come up here to vacation. And
Yes.
I think we looked at it and said, you know, Saturday's a changeover day for most of the rentals here. It's something that you get into town, you get into your rental house, go watch a ball game, have a hot dog, you know, and you know, it's a good thing for us to at least give it a try and see what happens.
Very good. And now, what about the Little League kid, the clinic?
Camps.
Camps.
Camps will be starting up next week.
Next week.
Yes.
Next Wednesday.
And Steve Gruenberger is our camp director. He's coming back for a second season. High energy guy. Our players do a tremendous job. You know, you know, you bring these your young ones up here, and they could be taught by a future major leaguer. You never
That's
know.
right.
And we've had several come through here. So, but it's a fun camp, and you know, we do have our players rotate in and out throughout the course of the week, and it runs for 6 straight weeks.
Yes.
And you can go online and check that out, right?
Yep.
There's on our website.
And what is there a cost for that now? I'm sure there is, but do you know what it is by any chance?
I think it's $80 for a week.
$80
and
for a
it's,
week.
somewhere in that neighborhood, but it's a 3-hour camp, 5 days during the week.
Right.
And they get to come out and learn how to do the fundamentals of baseball. And we have some of the other, more advanced type pieces, but it's all on, if you Google the Mariners, Harwich Mariners, it's all on the website, talks about, what the camp involves, how much it is, when it is, all that good stuff.
Yep, ages 5 to 18.
Do you
We'll work with
ever
the little
recruit
guys.
any of those guys?
Well, we got an eye on a few 5 or 6-year-olds. Yes, we do.
Good for you. Okay. Well, I think we have baseball underway.
Yep, opening night tonight.
Opening night tonight, so we look forward to seeing everybody there, and good luck for the rest of the